What's up, you guys? This is your boy Jack, and I wanted to talk to you about something that's the part two of Christian entertainment and what's wrong with it today. If you look at a lot of Christian entertainment, they will avoid things that the world clearly addresses. Sorry. That the world clearly addresses that the world does not have an answer for. So in Christian entertainment, they will avoid things like sexuality. They will avoid things like violence. But the Bible doesn't avoid either of those things. The Bible talks about a bunch of different things that happen that if you were put it in a movie, it would be rated R. At the least, it would be rated R. You know, when he killed Goliath, after he killed Goliath, he took the sword and cut Goliath's head off. If you show that on TV, what that would look like, what rating that would get. Pretty much all of David's life. He was a warrior. He killed people. Moses killed people too. And so it's a lot of people that kill people in the Bible. And that's not necessarily a wrong thing because God was telling them to do that. And they had good reasons, and sometimes the people they were killing were completely evil. So, what do we see? We see that violence sometimes is necessary in the real world. In entertainment, I believe is also necessary to show extreme violence if that goes with the story. The difference between violence and sexuality is I believe you can get the point across with implied sexuality instead of pornography or pornographic sexual scenes. In a lot of movies, you'll see these scenes that are completely unnecessary and didn't add anything to the story other than to fulfill someone's sexual desires of seeing Halle Berry naked, right? Or whatever insert actor you want to have. And that's part of the draw of the movie, but it didn't add anything to the story. So you'll see these scenes where two characters make eye contact and they just start ripping each other's clothes off, and then next thing you know, they're throwing each other on the bed and slamming, and you see thrust and motions and sweat dripping, and the sexual music comes on, and it's completely unnecessary because I'll tell you, you would have got the same experience, got the same information if you saw those two characters after the bar. They go home together. They walk towards the bedroom, go in the bedroom, shut the door. Next scene, they wake up together. You would have got the same information. It was completely unnecessary to show all that. The only thing it does is fulfill people's sexual lust. And that's a big part of Hollywood. But it doesn't add to the story. Here's the reason why violence can add to the story. Say you got these scenes, and Hollywood does this a lot too, and they do this to make rating. There's two different scenes that they do. One is a scene where two people are fighting, right? And the bad guy, multiple people are fighting. The bad guys are outnumbering the good guy, and the good guy's punching the bad guys, and he's surrounded by like 7 of them. And he punches them, and they punch him, and he just dodges. And he punches them, and they all get knocked out. And then one of them try to punch him, and they punch him, and it doesn't even hurt. Keep in mind that they're all the same size. They're like roughly all the same size. His punches hurt, and theirs don't. It didn't show anything as to why that character is skilled. They often do this, and here's the other scene, with women. They will put a woman in a scene, and they won't show how she's more skilled. It's just like luck is on her side. She's fighting this 350-pound, 6-foot dude, sometimes multiple, and she's 130 pounds, and she's doing backflips, and she's kicking him, and she's dodging his punches, even though he's faster, quicker, bigger, stronger, looks more capable. But she's dodging all his punches, and then she punched him with a strong womanly punch one time, and and he falls back. Now, imagine that scene the way it should be. Say that woman was a complete, capable assassin. And instead of using just random luck to beat guys bigger than her, She uses the smallness of her size and her blades. And a guy throws a punch or tries to grasp her because he thinks she's weak. She grasps his wrist, slits his wrist, and ducks under his next punch. Next thing she goes past, slits his throat, uses his back to flip off the next guy. To the next guy, stab him right in the eye before he could grab his sword. The next dude said, "Hey!" before he could do anything, knife thrust under his chin to the back top of his head. That's violent, right? But guess what it shows? It shows that she knows how to kill. That the reason why she survives these fights is because other people that she's fighting may not be as ruthless as her. That she has the ability from being an assassin to kill people that are bigger than her because she goes for the jugular. She knows where the killing points are. It tells a better story. And part of the reason Christians don't know how to do this is because we think violence is evil, and it's really not. Over-sexualized things can be evil, but they can be implied. Let me explain this. Me and my brother were writing a story where a dollar is traveling, right? And the camera is following the dollar. And the dollar goes and a bum picks it up. He goes to the corner store. He buys something. Fast forward. And the dollar is after the store. The store manager maybe pays it to an employee. An employee takes it, buys some food. The food person takes it, puts it in the bank. The bank teller takes it after work. Or however the bank circulates in the bank, and then somebody gets it and it goes to a businessman. The businessman takes it, goes to a strip club. In the strip club, do you have to show naked ladies? This is part of the scene. It's a part of the story that can't be ignored because it's a dark, gritty story showing the sins of the world and how people will do anything for money. So you kind of got to show the grit, but do you have to show the nudity? So you get into the strip club, right? And you got two people talking, whether they're talking business or gangster stuff or drug stuff, whatever they want to be talking. In the background, it can be blurred, but you still get the atmosphere that they're in a strip club. Here's where Hollywood gets you. They feel and they know you want to see some naked ladies. So they're going to show you those naked ladies. And they hope that that's a draw for you. But you can imply the sexuality without explicitly showing it. And that is one of the things a good storyteller can do. Now, can you imply violence? You can, but it weakens the violence. You go into a fight, right? And two dudes is fighting, right? And they pose to be killers. But yet they got weapons, but they're not using them. They're just one dodging the other, and then they punch. And then you like, the guy could kill him, but he has a chance. You've seen this several times in movies. The guy has a chance to kill somebody, and he's an assassin and a trained killer. He just chooses not to because violence will make that PG-13 rating turn to an R rating, and an R rating will get you less money. But when you at war, right? This is a problem I had with the Chronicles of Narnia series. They went to war and nobody was killing each other. It was just random swinging. You just show characters swinging and hitting his shield. No one's killing each other. To me, when I view a war, war is gruesome. War has amount of death in it. The stench of blood is on scene. You have to show the violence of it, or else people won't get the full grasp. They'll just look and say, oh, people are completely safe. The characters are safe. Oh, if somebody swings at him with a mace with spikes in it, he'll just block it with his sword and that'll be the end of it. Maybe somebody might get hit with a sword and it won't show any blood. You don't get the full grasp, or are they even in danger, or do they even know how to fight? Because an active dude with a sword knows that if you don't see no blood after the strike, the dude is probably not dead. If you don't thrust it through your neck, you're probably not dead. And he's going to keep fighting you. And that's the realism that a lot of Christians have lost. That's the realism I want to bring back in my book. Now, does that mean every fight is going to be to the death? No, but the audience should know. The audience should not know whether the character can die or not. They shouldn't have a sense of safety when they watch your entertainment. Because when they watch it, part of the entertainment is not knowing whether that character will survive or not. So Christians need to not shy away from violence, because the Bible doesn't shy away from violence. Christians do need to be careful about sexuality, because sometimes it's just there to fulfill people's lust. Now, in that, with sexuality, a lot of times you can show more than you think or imply more than you think. That doesn't mean you go into pornography levels, right? Two characters fall in love and they're having sex before marriage in a Christian story. Do you show them going to the bedroom even though that's sinful? Yes, you do. You don't have to show all the You don't have to show all the thrusting motions. You don't got to show all the liquids flying. But you do got to show and depict lust, because otherwise the viewers won't grasp it. Now, how do you do that? You can do it in plenty of subtle ways. You don't have to make every character in a Christian movie a virgin. They might go to the bedroom. They might be kissing on somebody's neck. They might throw them to the bed, and then the next scene might be something else. It's all implied. Or a character might be wearing a skimpy outfit, but it's not necessarily thong coming out of her, showing her butt crack. It might just be some tight clothes. Now, will that draw people to lust? Some people will. But if that character is absolutely necessary to the story to be a sexually promiscuous character, you have to get that point across in the least amount of way that's going to cause people to lust as possible. Now, will it cause people to lust? Perverts going to be perverts, man. You can't run away from that. Part of your story is showing, and should be showing, what that lust does to people. So you kind of need it as necessary. But we'll go and we'll do another part to this, because I think this is an important topic, and I think a lot of Christians' philosophy on entertainment is completely wrong.